So you probably thought NFTs were just some, get-rich-quick fad that completely fizzled out. Well, if you did, you're going to want to stick around. We're going to talk about where the real value, and yeah, maybe the real money, is hiding now that all that hype is gone. This is NFTs from hype to utility.
This is the big question, isn't it? I see it in the comments all the time. NFTs are dead. And yeah, the hype definitely cooled off. The headlines about million-dollar monkey pictures, they vanished. And the market, it moved on. But what if I told you that while everyone was watching that bubble pop, the smart money was looking at the actual technology underneath it all?
Welcome back to the channel, Finance people. If you are new here, a hearty welcome from the JoshLM Finance crew. I'll be your teacher today, so get your pen and pad out and let's break this down. What we're looking at here is a tale of two different worlds. While the public saw this crazy, speculative tornado, behind the scenes, a quiet construction site was humming along. The tourists left, sure, but the real builders, they got to work.
Okay, so before we can even get into the utility part, we all got to be on the same page. Let's do a quick, no-hype reset on what an NFT actually is. No jargon, I promise. Just the practical stuff you really need to know.
So, NFT, it just stands for non-fungible token. But forget the acronym for a second and just focus on these two parts. Non-fungible just means it's one of a kind, totally unique. And token is just a fancy word for a digital certificate of ownership. That's really it. It's like a digital deed, locked away on a blockchain where it can't be faked or forged.
And this slide right here breaks it down perfectly. Look, if I have a dollar bill and you have a dollar bill, we can trade. They're the exact same. That's fungible. But my ticket for seat A1 at a concert is definitely not the same as your ticket for seat A2. They're unique. That's non-fungible. An NFT is just like that concert ticket or a house deed. It represents one specific, unique thing. Hey, if that little explanation just clicked for you, do us a favor and click that like button. It really helps the channel, and we're pushing hard to get to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks, crew.
Okay, so a unique digital deed. Got it. But how does the tech, actually work? Let's pop the hood for just a second.
So the most crucial point here is that the NFT itself, the token, it lives on a really secure public ledger called a blockchain, like Ethereum. It follows a specific technical standard. Think of it like a tracking number that logs who created it, who owns it right now, and every single time it's been transferred. And here's the part that trips a lot of people up. The NFT is not the image or the music file. It's the proof of ownership that points to that file. It's the deed, not the house itself.
All right, now that we know what it is and kind of how it works, let's get practical. How do people actually make these things, and where in the world do they trade them?
So creating an NFT is called minting. And the good news is you don't need to be a coder anymore. As you can see, it's a pretty simple process. You connect a crypto wallet, you upload a file, add some details, and here's the really interesting part, especially for creators. You can set a royalty percentage. That means you get a cut every single time it's resold in the future, automatically. Then you just pay a small network fee, and boom, it's officially on the blockchain.
Once it's minted, NFTs are bought and sold on marketplaces. You've probably heard of OpenSea, it's the big one, but there are others like Blur and Magic Eden that are super popular too. It's basically an eBay for digital stuff where you browse collections and buy with crypto.
Okay, quick timeout for a serious warning. If you ever decide to explore these marketplaces, you absolutely 100% must verify the official contract address of the collection you're buying from. Scammers are everywhere, and they create perfect copies. Buying the wrong one is like paying luxury prices for a fake designer bag. It looks real until it isn't.
Okay, now for the most important part of this entire breakdown. This is why we're even talking about this today. We're moving past the speculative JPEGs and into the real-world utility, where this technology is actually starting to solve some pretty interesting problems.
First up, ticketing. Think about the last concert or game you went to. With an NFT ticket, it is impossible to counterfeit. But here's the big one for the organizers. They can program it to get a cut of every single resale, which could completely disrupt the whole scalping industry. Next up, digital identity. An NFT can act as a secure, verifiable badge. It's proof you graduated from a certain university, proof you're a member of a private club, or proof you attended a specific conference.
Now this one could be absolutely huge. Tokenizing real-world assets. Yeah, we're talking about putting property deeds on the blockchain. Just imagine a world where transferring ownership of a house is as transparent and almost as easy as sending an email. That would allegedly revolutionize the entire real estate industry.
Gaming is such a natural fit. Right now, when you buy a sword or a cool skin in a game, you don't really own it. The game company does. With NFTs, you could truly own your in-game items and even sell them on an open market if you wanted to. And finally, for creators, musicians, artists, writers, and artists can sell their music directly to their fans as an NFT, cutting out the middlemen. And they can even program that NFT to automatically pay them a royalty every single time the song is streamed or resold. It's about creating a direct, transparent financial link between the creator and their audience.
Now, as exciting as all of that sounds, we have to be realistic. This is the JoshLM Finance channel, after all, so we have to talk about the risks, because this is very, very far from a sure thing.
The prices are incredibly volatile. Scams are everywhere. The regulations are still a giant question mark in most countries. And the technology itself carries risks, like getting your wallet hacked or falling for a phishing scheme. So let me be perfectly clear. Most NFTs will probably end up being worthless. This is an emerging tech space. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme.
And that really brings us to the main point, which is summarized perfectly right here. NFTs didn't disappear. They just matured. The technology went from a loud, speculative party to a quiet workshop where people are building things with real, tangible value.
So the big takeaway today is this: the bubble of hype has popped. And honestly, that's a good thing. What's left is the underlying technology, and now the focus is shifting to building sustainable, useful applications on top of it.
So I'll leave you with a question to think about. Looking around your own life, what's one item, maybe a collectible, your car, a piece of art, that you wish had a simple, secure digital proof of ownership? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to see what you all come up with. Thanks for sticking with me till the end. It shows how important financial literacy is to you. Clearly you got value from this, so do me a favor and share it with someone like you. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.